Today we're making one of my favorite steak dishes of all time, steak au poivre. I hope I said that right because my daughter takes French and she got mad the last time I said it. Steak au poivre. The reason I love this dish is we have spicy peppercorns and we have a cognac cream sauce that goes over the top that kind of cools all the spice down. It is a well-balanced and beautiful dish when done correctly, and today I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's start with the meat. So here we go. Here is our meat selection for today. We are going to be using a New York strip. You can save a bunch of money from cutting your own New York strips. If you want to learn more about that, go to the Butcher Wizard channel. I got tons of videos over all that stuff. So what we're going to do is take our 10-inch breaking knife, and then we're going to go ahead and cut about 1.25 inch steak. When you cut it yourself, you can really determine how thick you want to make it. So this is a beautiful looking steak. I've already trimmed off some of the fat cap. We might trim off just a little bit more, but you know what? Here we go. There's our meat. All right, so let's look at our ingredients. We're gonna start out with shallots and garlic. It's a French dish. We might as well cut some shallots. You can use onion if you don't have a shallot. The star of this show, though, is the peppercorns. So we have black peppercorns and we have green peppercorns. So the black peppercorns, we're going to crush and coat the outside of our steak with it before we sear it, making that crispy crust of the outside of the steak with our peppery bite. The green peppercorns are in a brine, so they are a little more mellow in flavor and they're kind of squishable, so you don't have to cook them, you don't have to crush them. The best place to find these is Amazon because they're really hard to find in the grocery store. Some other things we're gonna need, so we have cognac, we have beef broth, and we have heavy cream. It's just gonna round out our sauce and make it so mellow and delicious, and it's just gonna complement that steak so well. I can't get over how much I love this dish, and I can't wait to share it with you. So we're gonna crush some peppercorns and we'll get started. The easiest way I've found to crush black peppercorns is to take them and just take them on the board and spread them out. So there's a little space in between each one. And then you're gonna take a saute pan, small saute pan. You're gonna start from one edge and work your way back. And you're gonna put slight pressure and roll it. You don't want it all tight and compact because then they won't crush. They need room to crush. And you're just gonna continue to do this until you got your right consistency. And after a few passes, we've got these nice cracked black peppercorns. So we don't want them too fine because we wanna have a chewy bit of pepper. We wanna have a crust of pepper, not a fine dusting of pepper. So this is what we're looking for right there. Next, we're gonna season our steak and get to cooking. This is a really simple, easy dish to put together, so it shouldn't take us too long. So let's get to it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is put this about medium heat, medium high. Let's start getting that pan nice and hot. We don't want it too screaming hot. This dish is a sauteed meat dish, so we're gonna cook as much as we can in this pan over the stovetop, pull our meat, and then make our pan sauce. So let's go ahead and season our meat real quick. A little salt, our fresh cracked black pepper. Don't forget to do the fat cap also. Want to make sure we get all sides. Ready to go. The pan's heat up for about a minute or two. We're going to put a little bit of avocado oil down, and we're just going to start the whole process of caramelizing the meat. We're going to do about 4 minutes per side for medium rare. We're going to pull it at 125 and let it rest while we make our pan sauce. And I'm really going to try not to set off the fire alarm today. I have an old house, and when they redid the kitchen, it was a very closed off kitchen, and then they knocked down a couple walls for the open concept, and now the smoke goes right to the smoke detector. So we're gonna see, we hope. When you're searing this piece of meat, we're just gonna kind of move it around the pan as much as we can. Let it sit there for a couple minutes and then move it. Let it sit, flip it, move it. We wanna get to those hot spots, because as it cooks, it cools down. Once we get our steak to our 125 internal temperature, we're gonna go ahead and pull the steak and start making our pan sauce. All right, so now we're gonna start to make our pan sauce. We're gonna take a paper towel and just kind of blot along the edges. We don't wanna take out all the oil because we need that fat to saute our shallots and garlic, but we wanna take out some of it so it's not too greasy. We're gonna start to just lightly saute our shallots. We're gonna put this over medium heat. What this is also going to do is we're going to start pulling off all these brown bits called fond from the bottom of the pan. It's going to give us a base for our sauce. That's the thing about a pan sauce. So a pan sauce is a sauce you make in a pan after you cook the meat, so that the fat and the drippings and everything that's come out of the meat will really season your sauce and make it taste really, really good. It only takes about a minute. Then we'll add our garlic. Now, I don't know if garlic is traditional in this recipe, but I just love onions and garlic. I think they go together so well. In fact, whenever I start cooking for my family, as soon as I put onions and garlic in a pan, everyone comes up and goes, "What smells so good? Oh my God, this smells so good." I go, "I just put onions and garlic in a pan. I'm cheating for real." All right, so the next step is we are going to add our cognac. So you want to do it off the heat, because this is an alcohol, so it will flame up. So be very careful of that, but we're just going to take it off the heat, add our cognac, and we're going to let that reduce down until it's about like a tablespoon or a teaspoon, a little bit of amount. Because what we're doing is cooking off that alcohol, but we want that brandy, that cognac-y flavor to really accent this sauce. And it allows you to deglaze also. The pan does not need to flame up for the alcohol to cook out. That's a common misconception. As long as it boils, you're good to go. Now we're gonna add some of our green peppercorns. I would say a tablespoon or so. I'll put the recipe in the description, as well as all of the tools that I'm using today, so you can check those out. Next, we're gonna add our beef broth. I don't think I need all of this, but again, this sauce is kind of by feel, so don't get bogged down with recipes. That's one of my big pet peeves. Don't get bogged down with a recipe. Really, just sometimes these things are just by feel. So we're gonna let that come to a boil and reduce a little bit, and then we'll add our heavy cream. After a minute or two, we'll add our heavy cream. We want this sauce to be like a pale brown color, a tan color, but we want the sauce to thicken. Now the cream is what's going to do the thickening in this sauce. So as it reduces down, it's going to thicken up. It's going to darken up slightly as it cooks, but it smells amazing. The first time I made this dish was I was 18 years old and I was working at a prime steakhouse. It was one of my first fine dining jobs. And I was a saute cook, and we had steak au poivre on the menu, but no one ever ordered it. Maybe one a night. But that was like my time to shine, because I had to make the sauce. So the grill guy made the steak, and I made the sauce to go with it. So it was one time a night I got to shine and make this awesome sauce that I really, really enjoy. Now it goes off, huh? All right, so here we go. Here is our steak au poivre. I'm so excited to eat this. It's our New York strip. We made a quick pan sauce with cognac and green peppercorns. Man, let's cut into this puppy. Give it a taste. So good. All those flavors come through from the pan sauce, the peppery bite from the crust we put on the outside of the steak. It is absolutely perfect. I love this dish. I hope you try it. I hope you love it too. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. We will see you on the next one.